My name is Orrin Edenfield. Welcome to the unboxing video of the new book, Microsoft Power BI Data Analyst Certification Guide from Packt Publishing.
I'm going to open up the package and flip it over, and we can see Microsoft Power BI Data Analyst Certification Guide, Comprehensive Guide to Becoming a Confident and Certified Power BI Professional. This is the book, and we're going to take a look inside here really quick. There are many topics covered, and here's the back cover. You can see the nice binding, and we're going to take a look as we flip through the book to see the contents. Thank you to our reviewers. We see here that we start with preparing the data, profiling the data, modeling the data, visualizing, analyzing, and deploying. And finally, at the end, there's practice exams. So we talked in the beginning about who this book is for, how to get the most out of the book, some example code files, and ways to get in touch. So as we go through part 1, preparing the data, we have an overview of the exam, some of the brief overview of Power BI, why to get certified. That's important as you begin this journey, or maybe you're already on it and you just want to learn more about Power BI. And at the end of each chapter, we have some example questions, and this chapter will walk you through connecting to different data sources using the on-premises data gateway, supporting different types of queries, and some basic query performance tuning. We also go into what if parameters here and other query parameters, and a brief overview of XMLA endpoints before we go over to profiling the data. We tried to use as many screenshots as possible to make it easy for the reader to understand what we were looking at in Power BI. At the end of each chapter is a summary where we review at a high level, and then, like I said, the questions at the end of each chapter to kind of review to make sure that you understand the topics covered in the chapter, and so that you can move on. Transforming any data type columns. We talk about all the different ways that you can transform data in this chapter, enriching data with AI. All of these are topics that will be covered likely on the exam. Exams are different for each test taker. So jumping into part 2, where we dive into modeling the data, designing a star schema, and covering things like hierarchies, relationships, filtering, quick measures, and then we go into using data model advanced features. So sensitivity labels, row level security, those are all great features of Power BI that allow you to do more with your data model. And then, as you would imagine, creating measures using DAX is important, both from a using Power BI standpoint as well as a certification exam perspective. And then in part 3, we take a deep dive into visualizing the data. So creating reports, understanding capabilities of the reports, different visuals, some general guidelines on when to use which visual for what type of data, and all the kinds of different built-in visuals, card visualization, combination charts. These are all great capabilities that allow Power BI to be powerful for visualizing data. And when you go and create visuals, you also want to know about slicing, filtering data, creating paginated reports as well, and then Power BI dashboards, also very useful when you go to deploy reports to Power BI workspaces, and ways that you can optimize those dashboards. Other ways to enhance reports with bookmarks and other capabilities are covered here in this chapter. Another great feature of Power BI there is representing and viewing reports on mobile devices, and then analyzing data using the reports to expose insights, slicers and filters, the ways that users will use Power BI to actually uncover insights from the data is another key component to becoming a Power BI professional, and part of the exam as well. So down to identifying outliers, anomaly detection, ways that you can represent time series data, grouping and binning is also important. So yeah, I hope this is a great resource and helpful to everyone out there. Lastly, we're looking at deploying and managing workspaces. Which again, if you're administering Power BI, these are going to be features that you need to know in order to set up a good enterprise Power BI environment, managing data sets, gateways, security, row-level security group membership with Azure Active Directory is important. A very powerful feature. And then at the end of the book, we have practice exams. These were exams that we created for the book that are modeled after exam questions that you might find in the actual exam. And we do have answers there in the appendix. So thank you for watching my unboxing video. This is Microsoft Power BI Data Analyst Certification Guide.
Thank you for joining me as we unboxed and had a brief look at the Microsoft Power BI Data Analyst Certification Guide from Packt Publishing. I hope you enjoy.